Hi, Kat.
Hi, Tiffany.
So, I'm going to jump into it.
Let's just go. We've been
Yeah,
talking for an hour already.
We have. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Off
Off
camera.
the record.
Off
Yes.
the record. So, in May 2026, which was just a couple months ago from recording, U.S. Secretary of the Interior Doug Burgum exposed the fact that he does not indeed understand how solar power works.
Huh.
If you don't know, the Secretary of the Interior's job is to manage agencies like the Bureau of Land Management, the United States Geological Survey, National Park Service, etc. Burgum was testifying in front of the House Resources Committee, and he was speaking about energy products in Nevada. He said, "All of these projects you're describing in Nevada have one thing in common. When the sun goes down, they produce zero electricity." Did you hear about this?
I think I did, and I just was
Yeah.
like, I can't deal with this level of stupid today. So,
He went on to call this type of energy intermittent, and he claimed that because the whole machine doesn't... Oh, he claimed that the whole machine doesn't work when the sun goes down. The whole machine.
the whole machine. The internet is a series of tubes.
And therefore, his conclusion was you have to keep all other types, like everything else, like other
Obviously,
types of
we have
energy.
to, because we're burning oil constantly. We
Yes.
must. And
Yes.
coal. Yeah.
It must
Okay.
continue. So, in that same meeting, Democratic Representative Jared Huffman responded, "I request unanimous consent to enter into the record this amazing new technology that apparently the Secretary is unaware of. It's a battery."
I did hear about this. I think I saw it on like Instagram or something while I was like eating chips, and I was like, "Yeah, tell them,
Yes. Yes.
tell them."
I'm linking to a news article that has it linked, or has like the video embedded. So anybody who wants to watch it, go for it. So needless to say, there's a lot of misinformation out there about solar power, solar energy. And if you have ever wandered into your local hardware store wondering whether or not it makes eco sense, we're throwing out these buzzwords, to buy solar lighting for your home, or if you've considered putting up solar panels, today you'll get clarity.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
Those
yes,
are very different. Okay.
I'll explain why.
Okay, good.
I'll explain
I
why.
can't wait.
I had to lump them in together.
Okay.
Let's shine a light on the eco-friendly claims solar companies are making and figure out whether solar makes sense for you. Welcome to Greening Up My Act. All right. We did it.
Yay, we got through the intro.
So, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this was actually a really interesting topic, and as I was researching, I was like, wait a minute. I have a really good intro story because I remember seeing this craziness.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Yes. You want to, how should we do
Maybe
this?
do you want to say who we are and what we do, or I could start?
Or
or
yeah, like what are we here for?
yeah,
What are we helping?
We're greening up my act, and our goal is to cut through the noise for people who are like us and figure out what is sustainable, what is eco-friendly, what matters, like how do things work in 45 minutes ish, so that like you don't have to sort through the AI summaries to find what's real or not. We'll do the research for you.
Right, exactly. And wonder, is that AI summary correct?
Right. Oh, I have really interesting information about that I just learned. But
Ooh.
anyway, yes. We'll find the sources that are actually reputable rather than just what Google is allowed to show you.
Yeah, because we actually do not use AI in any of our notes.
No.
And I do actually use AI in my day-to-day life sometimes. I'm not super rigid about not using it, but I refuse to do it for the show. So,
Dang it, my next week's notes have some AI in it.
no,
but-
it's fine. I just, for me.
Yes. No, but I usually don't. I usually like skip the AI summary, go down to the actual links, because a lot of times it doesn't answer the question I asked anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
because it doesn't understand it. Because it's,
Yeah.
we have very specific questions we're asking. And
Yeah.
it can do some summaries pretty well, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't always pull up the best resources. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm hearing about is that a lot of big names, like big
Yes.
websites, are blocking it.
Yeah, they block AI search because they don't want it to be stolen.
Yeah.
I heard about that. If you're researching a product, Consumer Reports, which has been reviewing products, we saw the same Instagram post, didn't we?
Yeah.
Has been reviewing stuff since like 1936. They're the most reputable, agnostic product reviewer. And if you are looking for a product, none of their reviews will come up as a source, because in the AI notes anyway, because they have turned off the ability for AI to search their content because they don't want it to be stolen, they don't want it to be scraped, and also they often have a subscription.
Yeah, I thought
model.
about paying for Consumer Reports.
I think
actually.
Consumer Reports is worth it.
Because I think it's only like $20 a year.
Yeah,
Something
and it's
like that.
It's like one of the last
I know.
like genuinely nonpartisan reporting outlets out there, and it's for products. But it's so they're right. They give you an unbiased, factual takedown of any product. If you're thinking about buying something, go to Consumer Reports.
Yeah. I feel like even Wirecutter used to be like that, but now, first off, they're behind a paywall, but I don't trust them anymore, actually. A couple of things I've bought that Wirecutter said this is the best, I was really disappointed in, and since then I'm like, eh.
I just think Wirecutter was a good idea when it started, but I feel like they can't be as rigorous as Consumer Reports can be.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean,
I totally support these companies being like a big middle finger to you, AI.
Yeah, but it also means that's something that we as consumers don't know about, and so yeah, look at the links for an AI report where it comes from, and it's not big name newspapers.
No.
It's not
It's random blogs that's just people
totally
spouting
random blogs.
off thoughts.
Listicles. Yeah.
Yes.
It's mostly listicles. So
yeah, nothing wrong with listicles, but they're not going to give you information about solar lights that you need.
Right.
So
yeah.
So speaking of sources, I'm not going to just name them all off because I figure we list them in the
show notes. If you want to know, yeah, go look in the show notes.
We don't have to go through every single one. But I do have a lot. I have some studies. I have a magazine, solar magazine. I have, there's quite a few of them. So if you're interested, you can check that out. All right. What are we talking about today? Solar lights and solar panels.
I can't believe you're lumping these two together. This is such a huge...
I would say... Okay, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So we are also specifically looking at the claims made by a company called Green Home Systems.
Okay.
So I had to lump these together because a lot of these solar outdoor lights are small companies. They don't have a website.
Yeah.
And they have an Amazon page and that's it.
Yeah, that's basically... And yes, I have found that to be true. All of the solar lights that I have bought for my backyard or something Sean ordered off Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I would say the volume of the findings that I found is going to obviously be lower if you're thinking about, a couple solar lights around your house. But it is all relevant because they all use the photovoltaic cell. So it is relevant. It's not like they're totally different things. And they're also hard to recycle, all of the above. So
yeah,
I think it's all relevant. I did not, if we wanted to get into solar panels on your house, I actually think that could be a whole episode in its own.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, whoo, is that complicated?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about the portable solar panels that you can buy for not stuff you're putting
Well, the Green Home Systems website is a solar panel installer.
Okay, they are. Okay.
And I don't know if they manufacture it. They probably manufacture it, but
okay.
Yeah, they do official solar panels, but for people's homes.
Okay.
But my findings, like I said, it's all kind of relevant because they all use the same technology. So
right. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so how do solar lights work? First off,
Okay.
I wanted to just
Yes.
sort of cover the basics. So, solar lights, even the ones in your home, use what's called a photovoltaic cell, which is a tiny solar panel. And it soaks up the sun's energy and stores it in a battery. Battery. They exist.
Yeah.
That is inside the light. So rather than relying on the electrical grid through a wire, and that sort of electricity is going to be powered by coal or other fossil fuels for the most part, these lights store power from the sun to function. And they continue lighting up even after the sun goes down.
What do you know?
Again, battery. Although how long they light up kind of depends on how much sun they receive that day. Like mine are pretty wimpy on cloudy days.
Oh. Ours are always wimpy.
Really?
Yes.
And you have so much sun?
Yes. And I think it's again because it's just not big enough battery probably storage.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I would be curious to know your brand that you bought. It's probably some random ass.
Oh, it was totally Sean did all this and it was mostly based on how long they were and where they would fit and like I had plugged in lights and he was like, "No, we're going to replace them with solar. It'll be great." And then it, like they're out on the patio and it's like dim a soupçon of light. Like my other ones you could like see what you're eating on the outdoor patio. This one is like, are there lights on? Or is that the city lights? Like from afar? Is downtown
Is that
illuminating
light
us?
pollution?
Yeah. Like you look up and you're like, the lights are on. But it's kind of like, is the darkness between here and the roof of my patio that strong? It's like it's being eaten by a black hole on the way to my patio. But anyway, yeah, there's lights on, but they're
So
not doing
you
anything.
recommend them, definitely.
Maybe for ambiance, but I'm like, I need freaking table lamps now. Like,
No, you're right. You're totally right. Yeah.
it's
absolutely.
wild. It's
That's
wild.
so funny. Soup's on. So, do you have string lights? Is that what you use?
Yeah, they're like bistro lights, you know?
Uh-huh.
They're kind of bigger. And so that's what I had originally. And those I had, the electrical ones I had for like 5 years, and the bulbs are starting to burn out, and they were pretty grimy. And Sean was just like, "We're getting rid of these, and I'm getting solar." And I'm like, "We need 400 more strings of solar lights for this to work." But you
That
know,
is the problem, I guess, right?
And we have, and the panel for it is like probably 6 inches, so
Uh-huh.
it is not a big collector either.
Right. Most of
Um,
them aren't, though.
I know.
Like the ones
Um,
on my, I don't have them out right now, but the ones on my that I use for my walkway only have like the panels like this big.
Oh yeah, on top of it. But this is
Yeah.
for like a string of 40 lights.
True. Yeah.
And you can set it to like bright, extra bright, like extra, and it's like Sean will be like, "Is this on? Is it on extra bright?" And he'll go inside and turn it on like not as bright, and it's like, "Oh, that was extra bright." For sure, that was extra bright. And it's like,
What does he think about them? Does he miss the old ones?
I don't think he misses the old ones. I think maybe like you just kind of, you're like, "Yep, we have
Yeah.
really dim mood lighting here." I don't know.
I love it. I
Like,
have
we're
the
not-
same ones too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not, and they do ambiance. We're not trying to like read by them or anything.
Yeah.
I apologize. Every creature in my house has decided now is the time. Like, Archie is barking. Sean is standing in the kitchen talking on the phone.
It's all good. I can hear Archie a little bit, but
Okay, well, it's
Yeah.
all just, I'm like, could everyone just shut up?
shut the F up.
Shut the F up. So, definitely, all the males in my house are louder than our solar lights. I will say that
Yeah,
much.
for sure. They make a bigger splash.
Yeah, which we're thankful for. Thank you, men. Thank you, boys. We love you. But
Yes.
yeah, I miss my plug-in bistro lights, but
Yeah.
we
No,
do
dude.
have these little triangular step lights that he
Yeah,
bought.
I have those too.
Yes, they do great,
Yeah, those are awesome.
and they just turn on when it gets dark. They're not on the rest of the time, and then like they collect enough sunlight during the day, and then they just light the steps until 3 o'clock in the morning when they burn out, and they're great.
Yeah. Those are fantastic, except we never attached ours, so everybody just kicks them around.
Yeah, ours are too. Same.
Okay.
The dogs, sometimes we find them like
Yes.
the dogs go running
Like,
down the stairs and they're like,
Yeah.
they don't chew on them. They're just
Yeah.
flung.
kick them. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a way to attach them.
Yeah, they
but I
have
just
sticky stuff.
Never.
But I was like, no.
Yeah. Well, sticky stuff would last a month max.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's okay to just rearrange them.
right. Yeah. But
So.
they are great.
There, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, you can use them to light paths, steps, lamp posts, string lights. They do also make solar lights that do it's called like a floodlight, I think.
The spotlight or the flood.
Yeah,
yes.
spotlight.
And those, yeah.
I don't know how well that would work, but
My across the street neighbors use them for like Halloween.
oh, cool. Okay.
Because I was like, how do you, because they do, well, before they had children, they would do this really cool display of like all these skeletons and spider webs.
Uh-huh.
And they would light it with a floodlight.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, how are you setting that up? And they're like, yeah, it's just a solar one.
okay.
And it just turns on when the sun sets, you know.
Oh, nice.
And then burns out over, you know, or the battery dies out overnight and then it recharges during the day. And it's like,
Okay.
perfect. And
Yeah.
they reuse them every year.
Yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay. So, all right. We're going to look at now green home systems.
Okay.
And let me see how far I'm going to go until our break. Not too far. I'm going to cover the first thing.
Because I've just been yammering about.
No, I love it. It's so good. So, okay, Green Home Systems is a solar panel company.
Provider. Yeah.
Provider, yeah. What eco-friendly claims are they making?
Okay.
I wanted to look at their actual marketing language because I found it so fascinating. So, the most interesting one was, they say, what we aim to achieve for you, 43% reduction in your carbon footprint. I need to point out two very important things. Number one, carbon footprints. I just learned this. I don't know if you knew this, but we need to have an entire episode on it. According to the Conservation Law Foundation, they are an absolute pile and load
Of garbage, yes.
Green hooey.
Okay.
So the idea of carbon footprint was developed by Ogilvy and Mather, a New York City-based British advertising and public relations firm working for British Petroleum, or BP, as they're better known.
As you know. I love BP.
But isn't that insane?
Yeah.
The term carbon footprint.
Of course
was-
they invented it.
Of course. Of course. It's just like recycling, like plastics recycling.
Yeah.
So, it was invented by Coke, basically. So, yeah, we need to do an episode on this. That's one thing we need to keep in mind is when companies are saying we will help you reduce your carbon footprint, that is marketing speak.
BP.
Yeah. Think BP. Also, I wanted to throw on my marketing hat for this because I found it kind of interesting. So the marketing language in this claim is subtle, but it's also important to notice. So they say, we aim to achieve for you. It makes no promises.
Right.
So it's basically like saying it may cost you 5 times less. Maybe.
This is, non-promissory language. Yes.
Yes. Or you'll lose up to 50 pounds.
Right.
Or customers have reported feeling twice as happy.
Right. And then
Whatever.
there's an asterisk and it says results not typical. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Another thing to point out on their site is that they have video testimonials. And this is something I think people outside of marketing don't know, but sometimes these testimonials are employees of the company.
I buy it.
So I'm not saying they are here, but it has happened, and it does happen. So, like, sometimes you don't have enough testimonials, and so you have your employees pretend, either on social media or whatever, for, like, some video, for some campaign, you have them pretend to be users.
And there's totally
customers.
nothing illegal about that.
No. But
That's
it's
marketing. It's
still kinda
shameful.
shady.
Yeah. It's shameful.
pretty fucked up, but... So... They also say over 11,000 happy and satisfied customers, and I would love to know how they quantified this.
Yes.
Like, how do you know?
Happy and is it they like? Do they have the was it the NCS score, the net or the NPS score, Net Promoter Score, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Or do they just not complain?
I have a feeling that they're just saying that because they have 11,000 customers.
They have definitely served 11,000 people.
Yeah, that's like what they're saying, but they're saying happy and satisfied.
And no one died.
Exactly.
Real high bar. Happy and satisfied, not dead.
Yes. So I just wanted to throw all that out there because it's like kind of across the board. Even in different industries, you can look at products and be like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
Does that mean what I think they're trying to say? Because most
Right.
people...
Well, I would really love 43% reduction in carbon footprint. Like, how do you quantify that?
I don't know. Nowhere on their website could I find any information about where
'Cause,
they got
okay,
that number.
I get like lower your energy bill by 43%.
Yeah, and that's a big one.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like energy costs.
Yeah.
But they have that too. And I'm like, huh?
Interesting.
Por qué?
The math ain't there. Math
Yeah.
ain't there.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and talk about basically like how eco-friendly solar lights are.
Yeah. Okay.
Like how true this claim, even if we're not talking about carbon footprint.
Okay.
We'll get there. So,
Okay.
All right, break time.
Cool.
Okay, welcome back. So, how true is all of this that a solar panel can help you reduce your impact?
Okay.
Your green impact, whatever you want to call it. So, wired lights do release emissions to operate while solar, for the most part, if your home or wherever you're plugged in operates using fossil fuels.
Which 90% do, right?
Most do. Mine does now. It's a whole thing about Maryland, and I'm so pissed off, but I can talk about that later. Anyway, I was on like solar and wind for a long time, and then
Yeah,
they
I think New
rid of it.
Mexico just transitioned to mostly renewable energy
Oh,
sources
that's
recently.
awesome.
But I didn't read the specific. Just saw the headline. And I was like, "Good job, New Mexico! All 2 million people who live there, as opposed to the
Right?
40 million who live in Texas." I'm like, cool.
Yeah, better than nothing.
Go team. But
So, solar panels don't release emissions while operating.
right,
You might be thinking, yeah, but you still have to make the thing.
that's what my twin sister brings up.
Okay. All right. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
So, this is true. Over 60% of electricity used for global solar PV, which is photovoltaic manufacturing, comes from our good friend coal.
Ding ding ding. Yep. The villain who has just put on a new solar hat, basically.
Yes. That's
solar
during manufacturing.
mustache.
Yeah. That's during manufacturing. And why is this? It's because PV production is concentrated in China. And that's actually new. It's kind of changed over the years where a lot of it's moved to China.
Well, and that's because we've disinvested from...
That doesn't help for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure don't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and China is like gung-ho.
Well, yeah, because they're going to make $1 billion,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, exactly. Who needs money? Who needs an economy? Plus, manufacturing emits chemical substances like CO2, NOx, toxic gases, lots of pretty rough stuff. However, the IEA, which is the International Energy Agency, points out that the payback period, which is the amount of time it takes to sort of make up for
it. Yeah.
is only, they say 4 to 8 months.
That little?
Yeah. That's what they
Interesting.
said.
Okay.
Other places had different numbers, but I didn't really trust the other places as much as I trusted the IEA, so.
That's fair. And, okay, that's just the solar panel production, not the battery.
Right, and we'll get into battery.
Okay.
Yes. That's where it gets tricky. So their manufacturing emissions are offset in less than a year,
Okay.
for the most part. And the amount of energy it takes to manufacture solar panels is constantly improving. So that's good.
Yeah.
Like, I think they said it had halved in a decade or something.
Okay.
The amount of emissions.
Wow.
So,
I mean,
or amount of
yeah.
energy. Plus, solar panels now last 25 to 35 years. So you make it and it's going to last for a quarter of a century or longer. So that's pretty good. And then there's also the fact of solar waste. You may have heard about a tsunami of solar panel waste that's coming.
Yeah, because it's not recyclable and...
Well, it's actually not recyclable.
Okay.
But so you may have heard of this idea, a tsunami of solar panel waste. This was from the Daily Telegraph. I don't know what year, but in the last, I don't know, 5 or 10 years.
They're also pretty right-leaning, aren't they?
I don't know, but I think so.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
They talked about an impending tsunami of solar panel waste. But according to carbonbrief.org, which I am going to point out that carbonbrief.org seems pretty left-leaning.
Okay.
So
just to battle each other, yeah.
Yeah. There's that. But according to them, this is not necessarily true. Carbon Brief points out that this stat came from before solar panels' expected lifetimes rose to like 35 years. Plus, it's a lot of waste, yes, but it's expected to be 2 to 5 times lower than waste from crude oil production and 300 to 800 times lower than coal ash waste by 2050.
Okay. So
like if
still
you're
better.
comparing...
Yeah. So it's like, well, this stuff is bad for you, so we're just going to keep doing the thing that's even worse for us, is kind of what we're saying. Okay.
Exactly.
Reminds me of...
Perfect...
Yeah, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
And there's a lot of money, a lot of interest in keeping it the way it is. So obviously they're going to throw out these stats all the time.
Right.
I'm sure they pay PR firms to place these stats, like pay to source. I don't know. They do that though, so that's fun.
They do. They have all the money in the world, and they want more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a weird analogy, but it kind of reminds me of smoking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like nicotine addiction, like energy addiction is our problem. Overusing energy, and so it's like vaping was invented to help you stop smoking or to smoke less, you know, and it ends up vaping is bad for you. Is it as bad as smoking? No. You know, like there's it's like a nicotine patch still has nicotine, but you're not inhaling the chemicals into your lungs. You know, all those things.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, well, I'll still be, you know, it's still bad for me in other ways. So I might as well just keep smoking. You know, it's kind of what it feels like. It's like, yeah, true. The ideal is, first of all, that we wouldn't be needing this much energy.
Right.
But, you know, if we can find more efficient ways to produce energy, even if it is half as harmful, you know, but we're just like, nah, we're just going to keep smoking. We're just going to keep the coal and oil burning. So,
Yep.
Anyway, we're all addicted to nicotine, okay?
We don't know it, but we are.
But we are, yeah. By that I mean electricity. But okay.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's true. It's very true. And I think, like I said, there's a lot of money that's kind of being thrown to keep the status quo. So
Yeah. Which is true of tobacco. I just listened to a thing about tobacco. So
yeah. No,
big tobacco. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Keep going. I'm just spouting.
No, I love it. So even still, even with all that, the Renewable Energy Journal, I looked at one of their studies. They argue that intensive research and development in recycling technologies for solar power is becoming increasingly urgent. So we will need to figure out how to recycle them better, because we can... Right now, what they were saying is there's like 3 main ways. One is that's not recycling, but the landfill. You throw it in the landfill. There's downcycling, is where you take a couple parts and then throw the rest in the landfill. Upcycling, where you use most of it. And then there's this new one. It's like, I think it's more theoretical than anything, but it's like a chemical version of recycling. So we need to figure this out, because there are going to be a lot. It's just sort of apples to oranges when you're comparing it to like fossil fuels.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I'm just thinking about like nobody has put the impetus into recycling plastic properly yet. So
Exactly.
yeah, of course this is a problem. Like we are a quick consumable society that just throws shit away and doesn't want to think about it, you know? So yeah, it makes sense. We can't even deal with the huge amount of plastic that we all use on a daily basis for everything. Why in the world would something as big as a solar panel, why would we have figured that out,
Yeah, exactly. And you can think about that even too, like with your little lights.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these are very cheaply made.
Yeah.
They're going to break
In
after
4 or 5 years. Yeah.
if that.
Yeah.
Especially if you leave them out over winter and it gets really cold.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a lot of waste. But yeah, I mean that's a definite thought.
Okay.
Even with your house. So
Yeah.
All right, on to batteries.
All right, let's talk about batteries.
Because you mentioned
this is gonna
it.
get fun.
Yeah, it's not a bright spot. So you may have also heard about how because mining for batteries is so horrible, it's not worth using solar anything or like creating batteries for alternative forms of energy. So I would say it's complicated.
Okay. Fair.
They tend to be lithium ion or nickel cadmium, the batteries.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Lithium and nickel mining is not good.
Mm-hmm.
It causes environmental degradation, contamination, water depletion, human rights abuses. The list goes on. Mining is not good, especially because a lot of the mining has been sort of outsourced overseas.
And deregulated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't even know how bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like any safety net anybody had from the United States, which theoretically would be there, who knows anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. If
isn't there.
You buy an iPhone, how many children did you kill for the battery in your iPhone? Yeah. Ugh.
It's bad. So the IEA says there's still a net positive. And because we kind of talked about this a lot with your electric vehicles episode.
Yeah.
And they talk about electric vehicles, and they say that they come up with a total life cycle greenhouse gas emissions of half of internal combustion engines. So, and then they say the potential for another 25% reduction with low carbon electricity. So basically, you can have. I think I wrote this wrong.
I was like, wait, the math.
This doesn't make. Yeah, no. It's basically like 25% that EVs use or produce 25% less greenhouse gases than internal combustion engines
over their lifetime.
Over their lifespan.
Right, including production. Right.
Yeah. And then with low carbon electricity, low carbon electricity is a weird way to say it, but I think that just means like solar and wind.
Yeah, renewable. Like if you are charging your EV through renewable or
right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And then the potential for another 25% reduction. So but it also will be essential as these industries grow because there's going to be more and more demand for this stuff to tackle the environmental and social impact of mining.
Definitely.
So I didn't get into batteries too much because I had so much else, but it's a complicated situation.
Yeah.
And, but we also need to keep in mind that batteries can be recycled.
Often, most of the time, yes.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mining part of it is complicated, and as it grows, it's going to get more complicated. So it's, like I said, not a bright spot. Okay. That whole clump of information was, is this more eco-friendly?
Right. And did we come up with an answer?
I don't know. It's complicated, right? The next one I wanted to look at real quick, which was really interesting, was that people claim that solar panels, solar lighting, solar power improves air quality.
Okay.
And this is definitely true.
I buy it. Okay.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you're burning fewer fossil fuels, therefore the air quality is better. But this has a direct impact on people where people who burn fuel like kerosene to light their homes. So this
Okay.
is like in
Okay,
your
so
house
it's not-
impact.
Right. It's not like me who uses plugged in electricity to the grid is going to notice if I switch my outdoor lights that I've been plugging
Yeah.
in to solar. I'm not going to be like, oh, the air's cleaner.
Yeah, unless
Right.
you're using a kerosene lantern out there.
I'm not.
And even still, you might not. Yeah. But Harvard did a study in Uganda, and they showed that people, and especially women, because I think they're inside the house more, the people who switched to solar lighting had fewer breathing problems.
Dang.
So before the study, more than half had breathing symptoms, but that dropped to just over a third after switching to solar lighting. And this was true even if they continued to burn wood or use other fuel to cook. Isn't that interesting?
It's so fascinating.
Yeah. And it's not only breathing, it's also changed the types of bacteria and viruses living in their gut. So it has other impacts besides just your breathing.
That makes total sense. That makes
Yeah,
total sense.
it
When you
does.
think about it. You know, it's so wild because lighting, street lighting, house lighting has not. I mean, you had candles and stuff, but only if you were wealthy. Up until like 200 years ago. When it got dark out, basically you might have a candle to help get up the stairs, but most people did not. There was not. Lighting your home was not a thing. You were not
Yeah.
turning on lights to read at night or clean. It was you did it during the day or nighttime activities were something else. You know, like it is such a new modern issue, and that like thinking about modern solutions to that is like gas lamps, kerosene lamps. Those are still relatively new, you know, past 150, 200 years. And how wild to like, what an interesting aspect of modern life to consider, you know,
Yes,
like how this
totally.
all works.
Yeah. And that we all, like, deserve to light our homes at night.
Well, yeah, or that
Which
it's
I
like,
think is it's probably true.
well, yeah, well, I think everyone
just
should have
so
access
different.
to
Like
modern amenities, but it like, you know, so many like sleep studies about like people who go camping for 2 weeks, their circadian rhythms reset, and you know,
right.
like this is not like, this is very new in human existence to be up past dark being productive and active, and
Yes.
and how
Having influencers tell you on YouTube how you need to not waste your evenings.
right
When
yeah,
people say that so much.
like, just sit by the fire
Shut
and
the hell up.
go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Don't
you know?
waste your evening by putting up this YouTube video.
Right. How about, but it's just really interesting to think about how, like, yeah, I'm sure the chemicals from the chemical output from kerosene affects, you know, your gut biome and your breathing, like, but also like staying awake past sunset, too long past sunset, affects our mental health too in ways, you know, like
It is crazy.
fascinating stuff. But
Isn't it? I thought that
Yeah.
was just so interesting.
wow.
But when you're talking about outside of just like specific homes, every kilowatt hour from solar replaces one from fossil fuels, and that all of that together can add up to a big difference in terms of air quality.
Totally, that makes sense too. Yeah. Especially if you're not like replacing it by, you know, well, for every solar light I have, I plug in another, it gives me another opportunity to plug in something over here. Yeah. If
Yeah.
you're reducing your use of the grid,
Yes.
you will be. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And we're going to be talking about off the grid next week, so solar's probably
Yeah.
going to come into it. But
Yeah.
So the last thing I'll quickly say, which ties so perfectly to your beginning story about how it's a soupçon of light. So solar energy, people say that solar energy or solar lights disrupt local wildlife less than other lights.
Because they're
talked about
dimmer.
this.
Yeah. Yes.
We talked about this in our bug lights episode, or sorry, bug episode.
Yeah.
You mentioned that like lights are really bad for bugs.
Yeah.
And that it like throws them off, and
Yeah.
it's very harmful to insect life. solar lights are not as powerful as other
Yes.
lighting solutions.
Yeah.
This is energy expert James Longley told Home and Gardens. The light itself is warmer and less intense, and it's less likely, according to him, but it's less likely to affect surrounding wildlife.
I buy that 100%.
I do too, because
And,
I'm looking out on my patio right now, and I'm like, yeah, those solar lights are.
Yeah, it's not
pretty
like
dim.
a giant spotlight. I mean, it's like having kind of a dim firelight,
Mm-hmm.
and which would be different than like having solar panels power your home, obviously. But like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because the batteries aren't big enough to do much, and yeah, these little dinky solar lights are. I'm not going to read outside by them, which is not what they're meant for. They're meant to kind of
Right.
create an ambiance.
Yeah, or to help you see in the
not
dark.
trip over the stairs. Yeah, and
Yes.
especially those ground cover ones are great. They do
Yeah.
their job. You can light the
Totally.
path, and they're not like trying to light a whole space. I think that's the other
Uh-huh.
thing is our lights are trying to that's an
Right.
8-foot ceiling or
No,
whatever.
you're right. That's true.
So
Yeah,
Like,
like
if they-
concentrated.
yeah, if we put them lower on the fence maybe instead of
Mm-hmm.
overhead, it would be more light. But yeah, it's not. That's not what they're meant for. So
Yeah. No, that's true. What's even less bright than solar lights? No lights.
hey,
But hey, here we are. That's all right. So, do solar lights around your house make sense for you? I was thinking about this and like just some things you can ask yourself on like, should I use these? Should I not? You want to ask like, how essential is it to have lighting
Yeah.
out there? If you're already going to have lights, solar lights could be a good option, but like you said, they may not be strong enough.
yeah. But you don't need to add lights in places like.
Yeah, you don't
Don't
need
just add
every
lights for
corner of
light's
your
sake.
yard. It's not like
Yeah.
Minecraft where you have to put torches everywhere so creepers don't come blow you
Ah,
up.
yeah.
You know,
Well, maybe in my neighborhood, but
different kind of creeper. I guess.
yeah. But yeah, it's not like just put up lights for light's sake. Buy solar
Yeah.
lights just so you can add lights everywhere.
Right, like you're actually using your space where
Yeah.
you put them up.
Yeah, we didn't just randomly hang them in the tree.
Right. And there's also, as we mentioned, kind of similar to Uganda, there's a huge case for it in developing countries. So
That is a case I selfishly hadn't even thought of.
I know, same.
Yes.
It's
What
so
a great
close-minded.
friggin' idea. Yeah.
I know.
I'm like, oh, from my backyard. But what about yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So there was another, I can't remember where, it's in my sources, but I found that solar kits in rural Ghana slashed energy costs, boosted student performance, and led to more than a 200% return on donor investment. So there was like a big, like donor funded project.
And these aren't like solar panels on a house. These are like lights you leave out during the day, and when it gets dark, you bring the lantern inside
think
and
so.
you use it. Brilliant.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's probably pretty portable. So like in your home, okay, if you don't live in Ghana or wherever,
Uganda,
in your
yeah.
home, or even if you do, have you gone? I wrote. Have you tripped over your front porch steps and gone to the doctor in the dark? Yeah, maybe there's probably
Solar
a case.
lights are for you.
Yeah, that's probably a case for it. Are you already planning to install or have electric lights there because you use the space outside at night? Like, okay, great. Solar lights can be a good solution. Is it only for aesthetics? I don't know. I don't have the answer. I think it's an individual case.
A space case too. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually haven't put mine out this year, and it's partially because my life has turned into a crumbling doom spiral. But
A rebirth. A phoenix.
there you go. I'm deep in the ashes currently.
Yes. Or in the
About
burning.
to-
You might be in the burning.
Oh,
no, I think you might be in the
yeah.
ashes. You might
No, I
still be
think
smoldering.
we're still smoldering
Still
for
be
sure.
smoldering. Okay.
Yeah, but but it's also partially after the bug episode that we did. I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want the little buggies like getting confused and having the light out there. So I don't know, because mine are for aesthetics. So, but I also said you have to think about joy. So
Yes.
like,
Aesthetics are sometimes just form and no function is okay.
yeah,
know?
and it's like mental health and
Yeah.
like mine do bring me so much joy.
Yeah.
And I've had the same ones for years. So joy is also important. If it enables community or safety, that's also a factor.
Yeah.
But before you buy them, you also want to think, like, do you have time to take care of them? Because I've had mine for 3+ years, and I bring them in every winter.
Yeah.
Slight pain, but it also gets down to like 0 degrees here, so
Yeah.
I feel like they don't love that. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah. I know. I mean, the batteries and stuff can wear down, and you know, there's all kinds of, and you need to clean the panels for them to be efficient.
Right.
They get
Yeah.
dusty. Outdoor
Yes.
ones especially get dusty.
or like grass clippings all over them.
Yeah.
So if you don't take care of them, their lifespan will likely be lower. That equals landfill waste. My local recycling center doesn't mention recycling them on their website, but it is possible that yours would. I don't know. I don't know.
Ridwell. I wonder if Ridwell will take them.
Maybe.
They take string lights. I like secretly
Okay.
put my
They
dead
probably would then.
solar string lights in there one time, and I was like, here.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. And you can also, to limit the waste, you can buy a model that has a replaceable battery. And mine actually
that's cool.
does. So I almost think most of them do.
I think
so. You
mine-
don't have
our
to
new
like
one
get
does.
rid of the entire thing,
Yeah.
or a replaceable light or something like that. So
Yeah. Like light
um,
bulbs or whatever. Yeah.
yeah. So mine have a replaceable NIM AAA battery, NIMH AAA battery, which is basically like a rechargeable.
The Rats of Nim. Did you ever read that book as a kid or watch the movie?
No.
That was an earlier 80s thing. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Look
I
up The
missed
Rats
out,
of
man.
Nim. NIM. I forget what NIMH stood for, but
Oh wow, that's how they're spelled the same.
it's spelled
That's awesome.
the same.
That's
yeah.
amazing. So those are just some things to think about. I got rid of the whatever our last question used to be. I got rid of it on my notes because
Okay.
I felt like it was repetitive. And I'm just gonna kind of like sum it up in the granola rating.
Okay.
So each episode we rate things 1 to 5 based on how crunchy they are. Soggy is a 1 because you don't want soggy granola. Break your tooth off is a 5 because you definitely want to break your teeth off while you're eating your granola. I rated this smack dab in the middle
Okay.
at chewy because even though I hate some of the marketing tactics, solar lights and solar panels could be a great alternative if you're already planning to have a light installed or you want to replace an electric light that currently exists. Do I think it's...
Is it going to save the world? No.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like... I think solar, if you're thinking about, because these solar lights are so usually more for aesthetics. If you're thinking about solar panels, that's different. That's like kind of a different conversation. But
Yeah.
I had to use the research for,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, that was what I found.
And I think it kind of tracks with how I feel about my solar lights. Like, I'm glad we have them. Yeah.
You need more light.
I don't. I've kind of gotten used to it. And it's another
Okay.
thing where it's like, how much do my next door neighbors really need to see of me on the porch? You know, like,
yeah.
it's
Totally.
it's fine. It's a little dim, but it's not like, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, you're not sitting in the dark.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. That's
So.
awesome. All right, so next week we are talking about off-grid
Off
living.
the grid living, which I feel like I didn't do very good research on, but
You know what? I have a couple things to say, so it's fine.
It might
Yeah.
be just a vibe check
A vibe check. Yes, I
on
love
off grid
it.
living. So
I think that tracks. I think that is probably the way that we would have to go about it.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited because this was actually my teacher recommended. So I'm in this permaculture class, and she recommended off-grid living. So I'm really excited because she would know. So
I kind of wish we had talked to her about it because
I did ask her. So I'll
Okay,
kind
so
of
maybe
share
you'll
a
have some
couple
stuff
things.
to- okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this is gonna be interesting. All right,
yeah.
so tune in next week. But
Yes, and that's
Which-
actually our last episode of this
season 10. Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to be back October 1st with
Yes,
season
with
11.
listener requests.
Mm-hmm.
So we're taking all the things you've asked us over the past 3.5 years that we
Yes.
remembered and making.
Yeah. And if we forgot, please write to us again.
Yeah.
You can write to us on Instagram or email.
Yeah, greeningupmyact@gmail.com. And I, hopefully by the time this comes out, I have responded to you, Ethan. I'm sorry. I got your email and then I was traveling and I'm sorry. I need to respond. But thank you for reaching out, Ethan. We love you.
Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have a couple slots that we're filling in for ourselves. So if anybody has requests still.
If it's cooler than what we thought of, we'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, that's October 1st. We're coming back.
Yep.
So send us your requests. Thank you for listening. And I started this too late.
Have a good rest of your summer. We got one more
Yeah.
episode and then it'll be Labor Day. So
Yeah, whoa. That's crazy.
I know.
All right, here we come. End of 2026. Good riddance. Just kidding. Okay. Bye.